Jagex just revealed Tier 4 and Tier 5 relics, and after reading through all of these, I think one of these might already be the best relic in the entire league. What's interesting is Tier 4 feels super balanced, while Tier 5 might already be solved. Hello everyone, Grimley here, and welcome back to the channel. Let's go through all of them, because there's a lot to unpack here. These are the next two tiers in leagues, and this is where your account really starts to take shape. Alright, first relic, Transmutation. When you pick this, you get a Transmutation ledger. Now, here's what it does. Alchemy spells are completely changed. Instead of just turning items into GP, you now get two new spells, one that upgrades resources into higher tiers, and one that downgrades them into lower tiers. And this works on up to 10 items at a time. It only costs one nature rune, and the relic actually gives you an infinite source of nature runes. So, right away, no rune cost and full control over your resources. It also works on noted items and automatically recasts over time. So you can basically set it and let it run. Now the list of what you can transmute is huge. This includes hides, runes, ashes, uncut gems, compost, a ton of different seeds, logs, ores, bones, and finally raw fish. So basically almost everything. And this is where it gets really interesting. This relic lets you turn bad resources into good ones, whenever you want. Got useless seeds? Upgrade them. Got the wrong logs? Fix it. Need better materials? This is one of those relics that doesn't look flashy, but over time it's probably insanely strong. This relic also gets way stronger depending on your region choices. If you pick regions with limited resources, like you're missing certain ores, logs or seeds, transmutation basically fixes that. For example, if your region doesn't give you great access to high tier logs or ores, you can just upgrade lower tier ones into what you need. It also helps a lot if your region has weird resource balance, like too many of one thing and not enough of the other. So this relic becomes way stronger on more restrictive region setups. Next up, we have Butler's Bell. When you pick this, you get a butler that you can summon by ringing the bell. And this butler will literally gather resources for you, even while you're offline. Yeah, offline. Here's what it can gather: mining ores, catching fish, chopping logs, picking flags, and farming herbs. And it does this at a fixed rate per minute. On top of that, you can also process those resources, turn ores into bars, fish into cooked food, logs into planks, flags into bowstring, and herbs into unfinished potions, but at half the gathering rate. And whenever it processes an item, you also get XP for it. So what this really is passive progression. Even if you log off, your account is still gaining resources and XP. Now yeah, it's slower than playing actively, but over days this all adds up a lot. This is basically the ultimate low effort or consistent progression relic. This one also depends a lot on your regions, but in a different way. If you pick regions with strong processing methods, like good smelting, cooking or herb lore, the butler becomes way more valuable because it can feed into those systems. But if your regions already give you really fast active training methods, this relic loses a bit of value. So this is best in regions where gathering resources is slow or annoying, because it just does it for you over time. And then we have conniving clues. When you open a reward casket, you now have a chance to receive clue contracts, which can teleport you directly to your next step. Reward caskets can also give you another clue of the same tier. Clues from monsters and implings now drop at a rate of 1 in 15, and clue items from skilling, like nests and geodes, are 10 times more common. On top of that, all clues have the minimum number of steps and give the maximum number of reward rolls. And annoying requirements like emotes and the follow the bard steps are removed. So this basically turns clues into a loop. You get clues faster, complete them faster, and get better rewards. And then those rewards give you more clues. This relic is also heavily tied to your region choices. Some regions have much better access to clue steps, teleports, and overall routing, which makes clues way faster. If you pick regions with bad clue coverage or limited teleports, even this relic won't feel as good. So this is one you almost have to plan your regions around if you want to fully take advantage of it. If you like clue scrolls, this is going to feel insane. If you don't, this is probably a skip. So tier 4 is actually really balanced. Each relic supports a completely different playstyle, and there's no obvious best choice here, which is really good design on Jagex's part. Now, moving into tier 5, starting with Soul Harvest. All bones and ashes are converted into soul shards. This works from both PVM drops and farming. These shards can be used in two ways: as a replacement for pure essence in runecrafting, or sacrificing for prayer XP. 100 shards can be sacrificed for 550 prayer XP, and you gain shards while harvesting crops as well. Higher tier bones and ashes give more shards. So this is basically passive prayer training. You don't need to collect bones, you don't need altars, you just play the game and your prayer levels up. And it also helps a lot with runecrafting, which is kind of a bonus. This one also scales with your regions, especially if you're planning to do a lot of PVM. If your regions give you access to high level monsters or bosses that drop a lot of bones and ashes, this relic becomes way stronger. But if you're going more skilling focused or low combat, you won't get as much value out of it. So this is definitely a relic that benefits from more PVM heavy region pets. Next is Nature's Accord. This one is kind of insane. Farming patches no longer have level requirements. You get 10 times the yield from all farming patches, and everything is automatically noted. You also get XP for all additional resources, plants never die, and you have a 20% chance to not consume seeds. And on top of all of that, you get unlimited teleports to fairy rings, spirit trees, and 2 leprechauns. This completely breaks farming. You're getting massive resources, massive XP, and insane mobility. Even just the teleports alone are game changing. Even this relic has some region scaling, mainly with what patches you actually have access to. Some regions give you way better farming patches or more convenient routes between them. And since this relic gives you a teleport to things like fairy rings and spirit trees, it actually helps fix bad region routing. So even if your regions aren't perfect for farming, this relic kind of makes up for it. This might be one of the most overloaded relics we've seen so far. And finally, Larssonist. While thieving, you have a 100% success rate, you automatically pickpocket, you automatically steal from stalls, and you never get caught. All loot is noted, and you can carry 10 times more coin pouches. And on top of that, you get 10 times loot from pickpocketing, stalls, and house valuables. This relic is probably the most region dependent out of all of them. For example, if you go Tionwin, you get access to elves, which are a really strong source of crystal shards. Those shards can then be turned into huge smithing and crafting XP to singing bowls. And even outside of that, gem cells become incredibly strong. You can basically print gems, which then turn into a ton of crafting XP depending on your region. So this relic can be insanely powerful, but only if your region supports it. If you build around it, it's broken. If you don't, it's a lot less impressive. So compared to tier 4, tier 5 is way less balanced. You've got Soul Harvest for passive PVM efficiency, Nature's Accord for insane skilling and mobility, and Larssonist for raw GP and thieving power. And honestly, this tier might already be solved. And this is why these tiers are so interesting. It's not just about which relic is best, it's about which relic is best for your regions. For most players, Nature's Accord just looks like the best pick overall. It gives you resources, XP, movement, and removes farming completely as a barrier. Soul Harvest is probably the smarter PVM pick, and Larssonist is the most fun if you want insane GP and XP rates. But that's what makes this so interesting. Your choice here actually matters a lot. So, I want to know, what are you picking right now? Are you going for the safe option, or are you building around your regions? Let me know in the comments down below. I read all of them and I'm really curious what you guys are thinking. And if you want more updates as Jagex reveals the rest of the league, make sure to subscribe and also follow me on Twitch. I'll be streaming my full progress once the league starts. Thank you guys for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.